Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. We got beards, so listen clear. Geeks with beards, geeks with beards.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Dan's Comic Corner. And on this episode, we're going to be looking at Skybound's Transformers number 26, written by Robert Kirkman and art by Dan Mora. Now, Kirkman and Mora came onto the scene last issue 25, to take over from Daniel Warren Johnson. It was a really good book. It was just a transitional book, honestly, to kind of set up what's going on. This one really kind of gets into the new stuff, I believe. Dan Mora's artwork. You can see Optimus, Thundercracker fighting here. So good. I'm loving this. This is part of the Skybound's Energon universe, along with G.I. Joe and Void Rivals. Two other great books. G.I. Joe's just getting ready to start the Dreadnought Wars, which I think is going to be really, really cool, I think. So we'll jump in here in just a little bit, give you a couple pages here again. The credits page, let you know what's going on and who's doing it. And we pick up Thundercracker is in the arc, and he is attacking Wheeljack and Jazz. And what it is if you've been reading this book, you know toward the beginning that the Decepticons, specifically Starscream and Soundwave, they took Skywarp, as you can see right there, and they hooked him into Teletran 1. Basically, it's almost like they cannibalized him. Well, Thundercracker finds this out, and he's like, look, I'm getting my brother out of here. And Wheeljack's like, look, you can't do that. If you take him out of here, he'll die. It's the only thing keeping his spark alive. And he's like, you're lying. He's like, no, we're not lying. And of course, Thundercracker, he's whooping. He's doing some whooping on, Wheeljack and Jazz. Until we get Ultra Magnus, which is, of course, he showed up a couple issues ago. Ultra Magnus just takes and whops him. He rips off his null rays off of his arms. And he's kind of like, okay, Thundercracker, now what? Now what? And Wheeljack says, look, if we had the resources, we would have already fixed him. We would have taken him out. And Thundercracker's like, no, you're lying. And Optimus shows up, and Optimus is like, no, he's telling the truth. We did not have the resources to even have to, activate half of the Autobots, let alone Skywarp, but, we do now. And we find out, of course, there's General Flag of G.I. Joe. And this is really cool, too. Yes. Who knows that character? Who knows him? He's from Mask. Basically, Miles Mayhem and Flag are working together. Now, Mask is not a thing. Venom's not a thing. At least not of yet. They're working together. They've got a big stockpile of Energon. And they gave a lot of the Energon to the Autobots. But, of course, Miles, as you've seen on that page right there, he has completely 3D mapped Optimus Prime. Every corner, every edge, precisely measured. So basically, I think they're going to try either to do that to make the Venom vehicles, or maybe try to make their own Transformers. Don't know yet. Of course, the scientist who knows this information is only him and Miles Mayhem. Miles kills him. He's like, good, now only I know, basically. So they take the Energon, they rebuild Skywarp, and as soon as they rebuild him, boom, he jumps up and he's fighting. Thundercracker's like, look, guy, look, brother, don't do that. They just saved you. Listen to reason. Skywarp's not having any of it. He's like, oh, okay, so now you're siding with the Autobots. He's like, you don't understand. He's like, I don't have to understand. He's like, those are the Autobots, were Decepticons. Skywarp figures, he sees Soundwave because Soundwave has been captured. He got captured in a previous issue. Soundwave is informing him that Megatron's back. Because if anybody's read this, Megatron hadn't been around for a while. He finally showed back up. Why? Cobra Law had Megatron. Check out G.I. Joe. I'll try to cover an issue of that at some point as well. But, so Megatron's back. Skywarp tries to leave. He tells Thundercracker this. Thundercracker's like, look, you need to calm down. Let me explain to you what's going on. Basically, Skywarp says, no, you're a traitor. You won't be missed. We cut to the Nemesis under the ocean. Megatron he's damaged by Optimus. He needs some Energon to repair himself. Constructicons aren't finding any Energon whatsoever. But they're saying, hey, the humans have these kind of barbaric ways of getting energy and stuff. We'll just steal it from them. Of course, that was the main thing with the OG1 cartoon, was energy. So basically, the issue ends with Thundercracker staying back with the Autobots on the Ark. Now, does this mean he switched sides? Probably not. He's probably still a Decepticon, but he's kind of rethinking, his status with him, I believe, right now. We'll see where that goes. Also, real quick, there is another side thing going on. If you have read this, you know that RC, Cliffjumper, and a few other Autobots are trapped on Cybertron. And basically, Optimus, he caused it, but it was to save the Earth. Leader 1 has basically kind of made Optimus Prime enemy number 1 in her eyes. She believes that he has abandoned Cybertron and his own kind for Earth and the squishy humans, which is not really true, but that's how she sees it. So she's kind of going to be gunning for Optimus Prime. Leader 1, who used to be Prime's kind of girlfriend, I guess, in history, not really feeling it right now. So we'll see where that goes as well. But yeah, again, I love Transformers. I've been a huge Transformers fan since I was a kid. I was born in the 80s, so I've loved Transformers ever since. Highly recommend this. 2 thumbs up. If you're not reading Skybound Transformers, please go check it out. There are some paperbacks already out, so you can kind of get caught up. And check out G.I. Joe, check out Void Rivals, check out the whole Energon universe. It's a really great universe that they're building right now. So until next time, guys, good reading.
Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. We got beards, so listen clear. Geeks with beards, geeks with beards.